Coming up on AgweekTV, a new event for sugar beet and bean growers focuses on the latest research into fighting plant diseases. A Minnesota business is using an ancient technique to turn organic corn into healthier tortillas. We'll have some tips for reducing soil compaction in your fields and increasing yields. And we'll see how some young people are getting help starting their sheep flocks. Welcome to AgweekTV. I'm Emily Beal. Plant diseases took center stage at the International Sugar Beet and Dry Bean Expo in Grand Forks, North Dakota. It's the first time the two crops combined their annual events. As Jenny Schleck reports, the first day of the event focused on crop research.
Cercospora leaf spot and white mold can cause big problems for beet and bean growers, but there is hope on the horizon.
We're excited about this one.
White mold in dry beans thrives on hot, wet conditions, causing quality and yield issues, but a new combination of approaches could lead to better control. BASF has a new fungicide for white mold in soybeans, canola, and dry beans. It's been more than 22 years since BASF launched a new white mold fungicide, and Zarino, which combines Provost and Endura, also can control dry bean rust and frog eye leaf spot in soybeans, which hasn't made it to the Dakotas or Minnesota yet, but is in the I states. Along with being a liquid, making it easier to mix, it lasts longer.
One thing that we talk about is broader, stronger, longer control. It just seems like it almost, and that's built into the formulation as well, where it creates almost these depots on the leaf surface and meters that product in over time. But aside from that, it's a very UV stable formulation, and that contributes to that longer lasting activity.
Cercospora is considered the most damaging foliar disease in sugar beets in Minnesota and North Dakota, leading to lower tonnage, lower sucrose, and increased impurities that lead to higher processing costs. Corteva hopes to have its Verpixo fungicide with Adavelt active for the 2027 growing season to help with Cercospora leaf spot.
We're thinking about an industry approach that's growers, consultants, retailers, the beet co-ops, university, and us manufacturers all working together to try and create a comprehensive plan. So utilizing all the knowledge and tools we have, sticking to multiple modes of action in your fungicide program and a robust spray program is going to be the best way to combat Cercospora today and moving forward.
Corteva explains that the product is based on a naturally occurring compound found in soil bacteria and controls a broad spectrum of diseases. In Grand Forks, North Dakota, this is Jenny Schlecht for AgWeek.
The event included a packed trade show and a full schedule of speakers that drew overflow crowds. Artificial intelligence is becoming more and more popular, but some in the agriculture industry are skeptical of the new technology. It was a topic of discussion at the North Dakota Livestock Alliance's Livestock Summit this week in Fargo.
If you're a business person, you should train it. If you really want to be hardcore AI, you should train it to you know who your business is, what your priorities are, what you're trying to do, because it will do amazing things.
This was the 7th year for the NDLA Summit. What's very old is new again at a Rochester, Minnesota business. Livestock uses an ancient process to turn local organic corn into more nutritious tortillas. Rose Dunn has more in this week's AgWeek cover story.
Organically grown yellow and blue corn from southern Minnesota is being processed in an ancient way that increases its nutritional value. The process uses nixtamalization, a method developed centuries ago in Mexico and Central America. The tortillas made from it are the foundation of Wilbur de la Rosa's Rochester business.
That was the dream, to offer that kind of tortillas, because it's more traditional in one point, it's more nutritious. And we use a special corn.
De La Rosa, who moved to Minnesota from Guatemala in 2016, opened Tortillas La Mixteca with the goal of offering traditional, nutrient-dense tortillas made from high lysine corn. It's a variety valued for its protein content. The corn and chicken are sourced from local, organic, and regenerative farmers. But that local agricultural supply chain has come under strain as fear spreads following increased federal immigration enforcement in Minnesota.
Oh my God, that affects every business, because as we know, so many Hispanic Latino people work with restaurants, work with dairy farms, like vegetable farms. So just imagine if they don't want to go because they have afraid to go outside. So all those business come down.
De La Rosa says his sales have dropped by as much as 60% because many customers are afraid to leave their homes. But his business has also become a lifeline for hundreds of families. This month, the restaurant and volunteers have delivered more than 1,000 meals at no cost. In Rochester, Minnesota, this is Rose Dunn for AgWeek.
You can read more in the next AgWeek magazine or at agweek.com. Up next on AgweekTV, soil compaction could be costing you yields and money. We'll have some tips for fixing it or preventing it.
That's best to have come in for an uptime, that way you don't have downtime later. For every hour that they're down, that costs them money. Fuel cost, the wages for their hired guys. If they don't get out there at the right time, their crop's too dry, it starts falling off, they start losing their bushels, they start losing money in a sense. You're literally just throwing money on the ground. So their time is precious and crucial, so they'd hate to have the downtime because they have to be out there and get it done as fast as possible. You put a lot of time into an uptime inspection. You know, it could take 10 to 12 hours to thoroughly inspect a machine to make sure that
As your farm evolves, so do the challenges that come with it. At Superior Grain Equipment, our systems are built to make your job easier and help your grain reach its full potential. From gentle drying to durable storage, get the flexibility to market your grain on your time. Superior Grain Equipment, proven solutions to help you grow.
Are you a farmer looking to stay on top of trends in the industry? Attend the International Crop Expo, February 18th and 19th at the Alaris Center. This free event includes seminars and a trade show featuring over 100,000 square feet of farming machinery and vendors. Hear from keynote speakers Michelle Miller and Daryl Richardson. International Crop Expo at the Alaris Center, February 18th and 19th. Learn more at cropexpo.com.
What One Stop Shop means to us at North Star Ag is we have a fully staffed service department, fully stocked parts department, as well as the sales department. We're also very mobile. We have service trucks that we can also meet you on the farm. You can have a piece of equipment that you're not really sure what you want to buy. You can come to us at North Star Ag. We can really show you enough selection, have enough knowledge, and have enough price points where you feel good about walking out with your purchase that day.
Improve the profitability of your ranch by partnering with Top Herefords. Attend the 26th Anniversary Bull Sale, February 13th at the ranch in Grace City, North Dakota. When you buy a Top Herefords bull, you're getting top-of-the-line genetics and benefits of marketing your feeder cattle and replacement quality heifers direct. It's a common-sense approach to greater profits on your ranch. View the 2026 catalog at topherefords.com and join us February 13th at 1 p.m.
Before you hit the fields this spring, now may be the perfect time to think about the impact you've already had out there. As Michael Johnson reports, soil compaction has a lasting impact on your crop's yields.
Soil compaction can hurt your farm's bottom line, and wheel traffic is the main cause.
Now that we have drones and we can go up and look at our field from the air, we get to see more of those tire tracks that are out there. And as the weight of equipment gets heavier and heavier, what is that doing to the soil?
And what is that doing to yields? Jody DeYoung-Hughes is a regional extension educator with the University of Minnesota. She's leading a course on preventing or improving compaction. She says it happens fast, but can cause yield losses of up to 50% years after ruts are created.
There's other types of compaction like crusting, when you get a pounding rain and it crusts over the soil. That too is compaction, but we like to talk a lot about the wheel traffic compaction.
These images show tire tracks left by a combine from the previous year's harvest, as well as tracks from spring tillage, showing a noticeable loss of growth from slower emergence. Some tips farmers should consider before hitting the field include knowing your soil moisture, your axle load weight, tire pressure, number of traffic passes, and soil structure.
Because if it was easy to get rid of, we would have been doing that already, right? So basically it's looking at your axle loads and the tire pressure or the pressure that your equipment is putting on the soil.
DeYoung-Hughes says the number one defense to compaction is having more aggregates in your soil with reduced or no-till systems. And cover crops can improve the strength of the soil. Fargo, North Dakota, this is Michael Johnson for AgWeek.
A webinar series on soil compaction is scheduled for Tuesdays in February. Each webinar will cover a different topic, including causes, effects, equipment, and solutions. You can register at the address on your screen. Getting started in the livestock industry as a young person can be challenging, but thanks to the Starter Flock program from the U.S. Targhee Sheep Association, more kids are able to get started with the breed. Ariana Schumacher has more about the program.
It's a great program where you get to learn a lot and have great mentors that help you with the sheep industry and everything else too.
In 2023, Annabelle Kudrin started sheep breeding thanks to the U.S. Targhee Sheep Association.
I had started with some club lambs just a couple years before that, and so winning the starter flock really got me into the breeding side of stuff, where I got to continue and have grown my flock to 15 breeding ewes this year.
The purpose of the starter flock is to promote the growth and the visibility of the Targhee breed and to promote youth involvement and education within the breed. It's really to get youth involved in the sheep industry, to let them start their own flock, but also to be competitive in showing Targhee sheep, nationwide.
The program is designed for kids ages 10 to 15. Winners get a starter flock of 3 ewes, along with support from a mentor in the industry.
They are usually assigned a mentor to help them, with the transition to owning sheep, because most of our recipients have never owned sheep before. So it's a new process. It kind of gets everyone to start from the beginning to teach them how to, start their own flock and what their goals are within there.
Going into the Targhee side of stuff, I didn't have any experience with breeding stuff, so got a lot more experience, and mentors have helped me with lots of different things.
Winners have grown a substantial flock through this program.
We've had winners, they start with 3 and it ends up being 50 to 100 sheep they have by the end of it. It really blossoms into that type of program.
We started with the 3 from the starter flock plus 1 I bought with the starter flock credit money, and we bred them, and we had 4 lambs the first year, and we've been buying more brood ewes and stuff at the national show and sale to grow the herd.
Kudrin says the program is important for participants like herself to be able to get their foot in the door in the sheep industry.
Someone who didn't have the contacts to get into the sheep industry before the starter flock really gave those to me and made me meet a lot of people that have helped me with a lot of different things and different experiences that will help me in the future.
In turn, the program also helps the Targhee sheep industry grow.
The youth is the future of our breed, and it is to keep it going in a positive direction.
In Marshall, Minnesota, this is Ariana Schumacher for AgWeek.
The application for the 2026 Starter Flock program is due on March 1st. Ahead on AgweekTV, we'll tell you about a farmers union event focusing on the link between soil and supper.
The Prairie Revolution Ditcher is the new standard for surface water management. The Revolution Ditcher leaves a smooth finished 5-foot flat bottom cut and cuts up to 10 inches in one pass. Throw dirt in either direction, up to 165 feet. Now with the hydraulic cross auger to break up dirt and keep you working faster. Check out the Revolution Ditcher at Prairie.com.
North Dakota Farmers Union is hosting the Evolution Ag Summit on Tuesday, February 17th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the NDFU headquarters in Jamestown. This one-day event will address how food production, processing, and supply chains are adapting to the growing demand for transparency and information about where our food comes from. Register online at ndfu.org/evolutionag.
At Bank North, we strive to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. One transaction, one relationship, and one community at a time. We do it by supporting kids and schools, pitching in to help neighbors in need, partnering with rural businesses, and providing all the traditional and modern banking products and personalized lending services you expect from a reliable financial partner. Bank North, always true.
At Vatterstad, we're partnering with North American farmers to create the perfect emergence. We're doing this with new and innovative tillage, planting, and seeding solutions, optimized for the field conditions that you face, and with industry-leading capacities to help you get the job done in short windows of time, so you can maximize yields. Vanderstad, we look forward to growing together.
Attention farmers, increase your revenue and prevent compaction from squeezing your profits with PTG's Central Tire Inflation System, now offered at OK Tire and Service. All controlled from the tips of your fingers, ensuring increased yield and improved fuel economy by adjusting your tire pressure within minutes. You are ensuring the best performance from your tractor on the field and off the field, compatible with any radial tire. Call the OK Tire team today or visit oktireinc.com to learn more.
As January comes to a close, what will the weather have in store for us as we head into February? Here's Lydia with our AgWeather Outlook.
As we wrap up January, I thought we would tally up how much snow we've seen so far this season. 33 inches in Grand Forks. That puts you about 7 inches above normal for this point in the season. Only 17 inches here in Fargo. That puts us about 7 inches below normal for this point in the season. Sioux Falls at 22.7 inches. I took a peek. That's a whole 0.1 off of normal, so you're right on par for normal when it comes to comparing over the past 30 years and to what we've seen so far this season. 27.9 inches in Minneapolis, 38.2 in Duluth, only 6 inches of snow all season long in Rapid City, and about 2 feet in the Bismarck area, clocking in at 23.8 inches of snow. As for your current snow depth, so how much snow is out there on the ground, are looking around 7 inches in Grand Forks. The data is technically missing here in Fargo, but I would say just by scanning around and kind of going around with what's on the map, something between about 4 to 6 inches looks likely. 1 inch for your snow depth in Sioux Falls, only a trace in Aberdeen, 2 inches in Bismarck and Minneapolis, a foot on the ground in Duluth, and no surprise, Rapid City at 0. Even in our cold stretch over the past couple of weeks where a lot of us have been sub-zero, even for daytime highs, Rapid City has managed the 30s thanks to the elevation of the Black Hills. We do have a pattern change coming. A jet stream is about to shift. So our cold air that we have been sitting with, we are sending off to the east and to the southeast. You'll hear lots about below average temperatures and cold weather in the New England states. Meanwhile, while that happens, a ridge, a bump in the jet stream builds out to the west, and that allows warmer air to inch its way toward us. Now, of course, warm is a relative term this time of year. It's not going to be toasty by any means, but we are looking at temperatures going from below normal, where they have been sitting for the past couple of weeks, to near normal, if not even above normal, especially as we head into about next weekend, where you see some of this green inch its way through South Dakota and North Dakota, especially the western half of those states. So that's reflected here when we look at our Climate Prediction Center weather maps. Below average temperatures expected for a good portion of the eastern seaboard. You'll likely hear a lot about Florida being cold. Meanwhile, further out to the west, where that jet stream bump, that ridge is building in, that's where our temperatures warm up. We're looking at above normal temperatures as we head into the first week of February. For a lot of us, that means something around 25 to 35 degrees, depending on your exact location. Normal temperature in early February for Fargo is about 20 degrees. Similar pattern sets up as we get closer to the Valentine's Day timeframe. You see a lot of blue off to the east, where the pattern is kind of stuck. And then we have above average temperatures further out to the west, really about the western 2/3 of the country. Does cool off a little bit for us further to the north and to the northeast. With that pattern, sometimes we can get a setup for some clipper systems, so we'll watch for a few passes of snow with an active jet stream.
Fertilizer bills cutting into your bottom line? With New Age Farming's Mycomax and Bionic, farmers are already saving $50 to $100+ per acre while building bigger root systems that tap nutrients already in your soil and the atmosphere. Less leaching, more water to every plant, and stronger yields across your acres. See how much you can save. Visit farmfungi.com and check out the Pick Your Profit program today.
Farming is more than just a job. It's a way of life. It's your hard work, your investment, your future. At Superior Grain Equipment, we're here to protect it all. From durable grain storage to gentle drying and handling solutions. We build systems designed to last, and we stand by you with service and support every step of the way. Superior Grain Equipment, proven solutions to help you grow.
Partnership is a way of life here in the Northland. It's about pitching in to help our neighbors, making lending decisions locally, honoring long-term commitments to farmers, Main Street businesses, teams, schools, and rural communities. We're more than just a bank. We're a community partner, working constantly and diligently to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. Bank North, always true.
Add more bushels to your hopper and money to your pocket by harnessing the power of air with Crary Wind Systems. Whether your beans are chest high or barely off the ground, Crary offers two solutions that add a constant stream of high-velocity air to quickly feed crop back to the auger, eliminating bunching, reducing shatter loss, and increasing your ground speed. Don't let crop conditions dictate your yield. Check out the Crary Air Reel or Crary Wind System today.
Attention farmers, increase your revenue and prevent compaction from squeezing your profits with PTG's Central Tire Inflation System, now offered at OK Tire & Service. All controlled from the tips of your fingers, ensuring increased yield and improved fuel economy by adjusting your tire pressure within minutes. You are ensuring the best performance from your tractor on the field and off the field, compatible with any radial tire. Call the OK Tire team today or visit oktireinc.com to learn more.
North Dakota Farmers Union will be hosting their annual Evolution Ag Summit next month, but this year will be different than years past. I chatted with North Dakota Farmers Union and their keynote speaker about the event.
So our event this year is the 4th annual Evolution Ag Summit.
In past years, the Evolution Ag Summit has focused on a variety of subjects, but this year the event is covering a whole new topic.
So our theme this year is linking soil to supper, which will explore how food production, processing, and supply chains are adapting to consumer demands around food transparency. This summit will bring together people like producers, egg producers, and also industry experts on how to get a better foster of understanding of what these demands are and collaboration along the food chain.
When planning this year's event, North Dakota Farmers Union wanted to pick a topic that impacts everybody, no matter your place in agriculture.
There's been a lot of concern around the MAHA movement and those policies, and people just really wanting to know where their food comes from. And so that is how we chose the theme this year of linking soil to supper, is how does it start from the ground and where does it end up on your plate?
There will be panels, speakers, and much more at the event. Leslie Kelly, also known as High Heels in Canola Fields, will be the keynote speaker at the event.
At the summit, I'll be sharing 7 leadership lessons for creating positive change. Lessons that have helped shape me through farming, advocacy, entrepreneurship, and leading through uncertainty. We'll talk about showing up before you feel ready, having courageous conversations, leading with empathy, building a supportive network, and how small, consistent actions can create real momentum and lasting impact in our farms, in our industry, and rural communities.
The Evolution Ag Summit is for everybody, and both Leslie and Amanda encourage all those in and out of the agriculture industry to attend.
To me, linking soil to supper means remembering that everything starts with the land and ends with us, the people.
So I think this event is a great way for producers and people in the ag industry and the food industry, everybody just to come together, network, collaborate, share ideas, listen to experts.
The Evolution Ag Summit will be held on February 17th in Jamestown beginning at 9 a.m. For more information and to sign up for the event, please visit the North Dakota Farmers Union website listed on your screen. Up next on AgweekTV, we'll visit a farm that's using its drain tile water to irrigate during times of drought.
What one-stop shop means to us at North Star Ag is we have a fully staffed service department, fully stocked parts department, as well as the sales department. We're also very mobile. We have service trucks that we can also meet you on the farm. You can have a piece of equipment that you're not really sure what you want to buy. You can come to us at North Star Ag. We can really show you enough selection, have enough knowledge, and have enough price points where you feel good about walking out with your purchase that day.
Improve the profitability of your ranch by partnering with Top Herefords. Attend the 26th Anniversary Bull Sale, February 13th at the ranch in Grace City, North Dakota. When you buy a Top Herefords bull, you're getting top-of-the-line genetics and benefits of marketing your feeder cattle and replacement quality heifers direct. It's a common-sense approach to greater profits on your ranch. View the 2026 catalog at topherefords.com and join us February 13th at 1 p.m.
At Vanderstad, we're partnering with North American farmers to create the perfect emergence. We're doing this with new and innovative tillage, planting, and seeding solutions, optimized for the field conditions that you face, and with industry-leading capacities to help you get the job done in short windows of time, so you can maximize yields. Vanderstad, we look forward to growing together.
Are you a farmer looking to stay on top of trends in the industry? Attend the International Crop Expo, February 18th and 19th at the Alaris Center. This free event includes seminars and a trade show featuring over 100,000 square feet of farming machinery and vendors. Hear from keynote speakers Michelle Miller and Daryl Richardson. International Crop Expo at the Alaris Center, February 18th and 19th. Learn more at cropexpo.com.
If you're thinking about upgrading dryers, which I think in today's world where there's so much more corn around to get a hold of advanced grain, we were able to cover for 20% more acres and probably 20% less time this year, mostly due to the dryer.
Our combines ran longer and harder than they've ever run in the past because we actually had the capacity in the dryer. We're Jason and Justin Topp, and we would highly recommend advanced grain handling for any of your grain dryer needs.
At the Blair Farm near Dayton, Iowa, they've been using their drainage water recycling system for irrigation for over 3 years. It's a practice that involves capturing water from subsurface tile drains during wet periods, storing it, and then reusing it as supplemental irrigation during times of drought. The system was part of a pilot program with the Iowa Department of Agriculture and Land Stewardship.
I don't know with farming economy if we would have been able to do it on our own, but I think that's the interesting thing that hopefully we can get some data out of between our projects and others to find out how we can do this on a larger scale.
An economic analysis of drainage water recycling was put together by the Environment Defense Fund and shows that it can boost crop yield income by $130 to $146 per acre annually.
This is a significant amount because in this economy, when farmers' incomes and margins are tight, this is a very important benefit for farmers and landowners themselves.
Drainage water recycling can also provide benefits for the public, like improving water quality. Stories you'll only see on AgWeek.com and in AgWeek magazine this week. Read some of the concerns brought up by a group of over 100 farmers gathered in central Minnesota during an ag summit. And the USDA is seeking proposals for methods to fight new world screwworm that will give up to $100 million to help fight the parasite. We appreciate you watching AgWeek TV. Remember to check us out daily on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok to keep up on all your ag news. Have a wonderful week, everyone.